nestled amidst the mystical Lavaletta forest, concealed within the enigmatic lowlands that stretched between the ancient towns of Carpi and Mirandola. The prosperous and vibrant village of Flexum lay dormant, an ancient enigma waiting to be unraveled. Founded by the resilient Lombards, Flexum bore witness to centuries of history, shrouded in secrets and hidden from the world. The villagers of Flexum, their ancestors' legacy, had thrived in harmony with the land. They tilled the earth with reverence, coaxing the soil to yield its precious bounty. However, in the traditions of the early Middle Ages, they derived the majority of their sustenance from the forest itself. They hunted wild game, reared free-range pigs, and foraged for roots, fruits, herbs, and mushrooms. The Lavaletta forest, a gift from the Lombard kings of old, cradled their sacred rights they would protect at any cost. Hi, my name is Dante. Welcome to Haunted Tales. This story is derived from a legend that my grandfather, originally from Italy, used to tell me. This is Flexum, the ghost village between past and present. Seasons ebbed and flowed, marking the passage of time, but a shadow loomed on the horizon, the monks of Nonantola. Armed with ancient scrolls and invoking divine privilege, these holy men sought to lay claim to the forest and its riches. They argued that their divine mission granted them ownership, but the villagers of Flexum resisted. The Lavaletta woods were not merely a source of sustenance, they were a sanctuary, a repository of ancestral wisdom, and a testament to their enduring spirit. The dispute raged on, an ever-burning ember threatening to ignite into a conflagration. The villagers defended their rights with unwavering resolve, while the monks wielded their unyielding faith. The forest itself remained a silent witness to their relentless battles. One fateful day, in the bustling town Reggio Emilia, the imperial envoy arrived to arbitrate the dispute. The villagers of Flexum held their breath, their hopes resting upon the envoy, a symbol of justice. It was a day when destinies hung in the balance, and the future of Flexum teetered on a precipice. In a moment that would reverberate through the annals of history, the envoy sided with the monks of Nonantola. The villagers' cries of injustice fell on deaf ears, and the forest, which had long been their provider and protector, seemed to mourn their impending loss. Fury surged within the hearts of the villagers, driven to desperation by the envoy's betrayal. In an act of defiance and desperation, they turned upon the messenger of doom. A maelstrom of emotions engulfed them: anger, frustration, and a profound sense of loss, culminating in a collective outburst of violence. The messenger fell, his body battered and broken by the villagers' wrath. Yet it was an act that sealed their fate. In the eyes of the empire, they had committed an unforgivable crime. Their defiance had been their undoing. The retribution that followed was swift and brutal. Flexum, once a thriving testament to the resilience of its people, was reduced to smoldering ruins. The embers of the village's existence were extinguished, and it was stricken from the annals of time. The villagers were dispersed, their homes plundered, and their legacy obliterated. But legends are tenacious, refusing to fade into obscurity. Even today, on mist-shrouded nights between Carpi and Mirandola, travelers who tread the ancient paths speak of an ethereal village that materializes from the mists, a village untouched by time. They recount tales of proud villagers, indomitable in spirit, inhabiting a world that ceased to exist centuries ago. The forest of Lavaletta, a sentinel of their memories, stands as a silent testament to the lost village. It whispers secrets carried on the wind, echoes of a time when the villagers of Flexum refused to be forgotten. And so, the legend endures, a testament to the resilience of a village that vanished, yet lives on in the hushed tales of those who dare to traverse the paths of the Lavaletta forest. Here, the past and the present intertwine, an eternal dance of history and myth, where the legacy of Flexum persists, like the ever-present rustle of leaves in the enigmatic Lavaletta woods. It is a reminder that some stories are simply too enduring to be erased by the passage of time. As the centuries passed, Flexum remained lost to the annals of history, a ghostly memory etched into the very fabric of the forest. Its secrets remained hidden, waiting for the right moment to resurface. In the present day, the story of Flexum had become little more than a whisper among the local folk, a tale to be told around campfires on chilly autumn nights. Among the younger generation, it was dismissed as a myth, a legend conjured by the elders to keep their imaginations in check. Yet sometimes the past has a way of intruding upon the present. In an age of technology and urbanization, three friends, Andrea, Martina, and Roberto, decided to embark on a road trip through the countryside, seeking adventure far from the digital world. Unbeknownst to them, their journey would take an unexpected and ominous turn. As they drove through the rural landscapes, the GPS seemed to falter. The winding roads grew narrower, and the familiar landmarks began to blur. In the fading light of dusk, they found themselves lost among the fields and forests, far from the beaten path. With each passing hour, their unease deepened. The dense woods seemed to close in around them, and the rustling leaves carried whispers of forgotten tales. Desperation gnawed at their hearts as they searched for a way out. It was then, as the moon cast an eerie glow over the landscape, that they stumbled upon it, a village seemingly frozen in time. Its cobblestone streets, quaint cottages, and medieval architecture stood in stark contrast to the modern world they had known just hours before. It was Flexum, the vanishing village of legends. In their astonishment and disbelief, they parked the car and ventured into the village. The air was thick with an otherworldly silence, broken only by the haunting caw of a raven perched atop an ancient oak. As they explored the streets of Flexum, a growing sense of foreboding gripped them. There were no signs of life, no inhabitants to welcome or ward them off. The village was frozen in time, its secrets held in the embrace of centuries-old cobwebs. But the sense of unease deepened when they stumbled upon an old weathered monument. It bore an inscription, barely legible, but it spoke of the village's tragic fate, the villagers' defiance, the envoy's betrayal, and the village's ultimate destruction. The legend of Flexum had become their reality. Fear clung to them like a shroud as they realized the gravity of their situation. They needed to leave, to escape the clutches of this spectral village, but the forest seemed to conspire against them. The winding paths twisted and turned, leading them deeper into the Lavalita woods, away from the world they knew. Hours turned into days, and their supplies dwindled. Fear and despair settled in, and their bonds of friendship strained under the weight of the unknown. The forest seemed to toy with them, changing its paths, disorienting them, and offering no respite. As the days turned to weeks, Andrea, Martina, and Roberto's ordeal within the Lavaleta forest took a dire turn. Hunger gnawed at their stomachs, and the meager supplies they had brought with them had dwindled to nothing. Desperation hung in the air, and their once unbreakable bonds of friendship now strained under the weight of the unknown. Each day brought new challenges. The forest seemed to revel in their suffering, its winding paths twisting and turning, leading them deeper into its labyrinthine heart. They became disoriented, unable to distinguish one thicket from another. The Lavaleta forest was an unrelenting adversary, a maze of shadowy trees and endless twilight. Andrea's steps grew heavy, his once determined stride reduced to a weary shuffle. His stomach protested with agonizing hunger pains. He had thought their ordeal would be an adventure, a break from the monotony of modern life. Instead, it had become a nightmare from which there seemed to be no awakening. Martina, always pragmatic, tried to maintain a sense of hope. She kept a journal, chronicling their journey in the hopes that someday someone might find it and learn of their plight. Her words, filled with equal parts desperation and determination, spoke of the eerie silence of the forest, the relentless hunger, and the way time seemed to warp in that otherworldly place. Roberto, who had glimpsed the enigma of Flexum, felt an ever-present dread in his heart. He knew that their current predicament was intertwined with the mysteries of the vanishing village. Each night, as they huddled together for warmth and reassurance, he recounted tales of Flexum, hoping that by piecing together its history, they might find a way out. But the forest resisted their efforts. It seemed to taunt them, revealing only glimpses of its secrets. Strange, ghostly apparitions flickered at the edge of their vision, and eerie whispers filled the air. Martina heard her name called out in the dead of night, and Andrea saw fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures among the trees. As the weeks wore on, Andrea and Martina's strength continued to wane, and their hope dimmed like a flickering candle in the darkness. It was Roberto who first noticed the subtle changes in their surroundings, the trees growing taller, the vegetation more dense. They were moving deeper into the heart of the Lavaleta forest, and with each passing day, the forest seemed to tighten its grip. One fateful morning, as they trudged through a particularly dense thicket, Andrea collapsed from exhaustion. He could go no further. Martina, her own strength nearly depleted, wept by his side. Roberto, his face etched with determination, knew that their situation had become dire. With great effort, Roberto fashioned a makeshift stretcher from branches and leaves, determined to carry his friends to safety. He knew that if they remained in the heart of the forest much longer, their fate would be sealed. As he struggled to lift Andrea onto the stretcher, a haunting sound filled the air, a mournful howl that seemed to emanate from the very depths of the forest. The trio froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. It was a sound unlike anything they had ever heard, a chilling lament that sent shivers down their spines. The Lavaletta forest had not yet revealed all its secrets, and the true horrors of their ordeal were about to unfold. As they pressed on, their journey took on an increasingly surreal quality. Time seemed to warp and bend, and the boundaries between reality and nightmare blurred. Whispers filled the air, disembodied voices that echoed with a haunting, ethereal quality. Days turned into nights, and their strength waned further. Andrea's condition deteriorated, his fevered mutterings revealing glimpses of a surreal dreamscape, filled with shadowy figures and spectral apparitions. Martina's resolve wavered, and Roberto felt the weight of their collective despair pressing down upon him. Then, one fateful night, as they huddled together for warmth, a strange luminescence filled the forest around them. The trees seemed to pulse with an otherworldly light, casting eerie shadows that danced in the darkness. The trio watched in stunned silence as the very fabric of the forest itself seemed to unravel before their eyes. Andrea, his fevered eyes wide with wonder, whispered words that seemed to come from another world. He spoke of Flexum, of a village frozen in time, and of a choice that had been made centuries ago, a choice that had condemned them to this surreal nightmare. As the luminescence intensified, the boundaries between past and present, reality and myth, dissolved completely. The forest itself became a portal, a gateway to a world beyond comprehension. And in that moment, the trio of friends made a choice to step into the unknown, to embrace the mysteries of Flexum, and to confront the enigma that had ensnared them. And then, as if guided by an unseen hand, they stepped through the shimmering veil of the forest, leaving behind the world they had known. Their fate remained a mystery to the world they had left behind, a world that would never fully understand the horrors they had witnessed or the choices they had made. And in the depths of the Lavaletta forest, the legend of Flexum endured, a timeless riddle that would continue to beckon to those who dared to wander its ancient paths. The forest whispered its secrets to the wind, and the lost village remained hidden from the world, waiting for the next brave souls to unravel its mysteries. The Lavaletta forest had reclaimed its secrets, and the legacy of Flexum would live on, forever. Entwined with the enigmatic heart of the woods, a testament to the enduring power of legends and the human spirit's unyielding quest for discovery. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and share it with others. For more videos, remember to subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.